Hello there, channel members, friends, and followers from around the world. This is Q8 Pilot, your host for tonight's show. It is 2100 local time and 1800 hours Zulu time, and it's time for our stream this evening. And today I have picked for you, based on popular vote, the Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim, one of the most advanced study level aircraft for X-Plane 12 and flight simulation in general, in my opinion. Welcome to this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago Skyhawk, we have Morgus 1, Ali Brahimi, Badger, hello my friend, welcome aboard. Stan and Rand, all three of you are members of the channel. Thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it very much. And I'm sorry, Stan, Rand, I know that you wanted the Flight Factor, one of the Flight Factor Boeings, and I promise you that that's coming very, very soon on the channel. There was a problem with the 767-400 with the wings. There's something wrong with the wings. I hope that is fixed. But that is coming very soon on the channel. And we are on X-Plane 12 release candidate 4, which was released earlier this morning, and we are in the latest version of the FlyJSim Dash 400, which is version 1.27. Salzar, hello my friend, welcome aboard. And we have Mr. Mendez. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us this evening in this live stream. And we have our very dear friend, loyal friend, and a very long-time supporter of the channel, Leaf. Hello, Leaf. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much, sir. And, of course, it is my pleasure answering your questions anytime. Anspide, welcome aboard. We have also with us today Kevin Thomas. Hello, Kevin. Andy, welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you for your continued support. We have Kakaku, and we have also with us Struven Mervin. And we also have Hassan with us. Hello, Hassan. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be flying this beautiful aircraft in this special holiday livery in spirits of the holidays. A very nice livery I found on the X-Plane org of Air Canada with a registration number Charlie Ho Ho Ho. I really love this livery. It's really, really nice. And I have a couple of announcements to make for you guys as well during the stream. But let me tell you, just after release candidate 4, even more good things in X-Plane 12, and the sim is looking pretty cool. And I did one test flight yesterday, and there were icing, very severe icing condition. Unfortunately, the Dash 8 could not take it, and the aircraft finally gave up right before landing. And we crashed due to the engine. The engine's not really being able to take the amount of ice. Yeah, that was the test flight from yesterday. But today, hopefully, I can give you guys a nice show in this rather really beautiful livery of Air Canada. And today, folks, we are Air Canada 371. This is a real-world route for the Dash 8 by Air Canada, flying from Calgary International to Fort McMurray. I hope I said that correctly. That's Charlie Yankee Yankee Charlie to Charlie Yankee Mike Mike. Our flight time today is approximately 45 minutes or so. So let's hop into the cockpit and prepare the aircraft for our flight. Niels, hello, my friend. Yuki Sim, hello, my friend. Welcome, guys. Mr. Martini, welcome, guys. Thank you very much, channel members, for your continued support. I truly, truly appreciate it. We have also Finzilla. Hi, Q8. Can we use the old XP11 scenery for XP12? Some of them work only after they are upgraded. You can use them, but they won't look good or they might cause crashes. So I recommend that you only get the certified X-Plane 12 scenery for X-Plane 12. Here is the majestic cockpit of the Dash 8. And what we're going to do first, folks, today is we're going to set our load and balance like we normally do. So we're going to bring up our friendly Sim Toolkit Pro. We're going to put it to the side here and scroll down to the payload information. As you can see here, number of passengers today is 58. Let's say select load, and we're going to change that to 58. And we're going to go directly to the fuel. So this is going to be about, I believe, 1 hour and 10 minutes. So we're just going to put that. We're going to go direct to the fuel, and we're going to enter our fuel today of 6666. We're just going to 6,700 pounds. Everything's in pounds, and we're just going to put in the zero fuel, which is 52751. 52751. And that will set up everything, including the passengers, the cargo, all that good stuff. Let's go to the load summary real quick. Let me just select load. We are in pounds. All right, perfect. Load summary. Everything looks good. Looks like we're going to fly actually a little light today. Temperature is sea level. We don't care about all that information. Confirm the load and start loading. All right, so now the aircraft will start the boarding procedures. You're going to see the fuel truck arriving, and then you're going to see the passengers. Also here you can see very nice animations on the Dash 8 by FlyJSim, as you can see here. And yeah, majestic. I see what you did there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you got it, right, Niels? Yeah. All right, now you can see the fuel truck connecting to the ground, and then you'll see it connecting to the aircraft as well. And it will begin the refueling of the aircraft. Very, very nice aircraft, the FlyJSim. In my view, one of the very best aircraft for X-Plane 12 and X-Plane 11 when it first came out. All right, so everything is being set up here on the external view. Let's head back to the cockpit, and we're going to head over to the overhead panel. Let's see here. Let me zoom it out a little bit. There we go. All right, perfect. And the first thing we're going to do with the Dash 8 is we are going to turn on the battery master, the main battery, auxiliary battery, and the standby battery. We have all the batteries now, and before we perform anything, we need to turn on the primary display as well as the electrical display on the side here. And this is the only thing you keep running on battery so that you don't drain your battery. We're just going to wait for these displays to come on, and then we will continue with the cockpit preparation. Is this a default aircraft? If not, how much is it? No, this is definitely not a default aircraft. And I think, what is it, $79? I'm not sure. I think it's $79. All right, so we have the primary engine displays here, and we have the electrical display. We're going to head over to the overhead panel once more. And before we perform the APU fire test, we're going to say power. Now the power is running. Before we hit start, we're going to perform the fire test. We can verify the APU valve is closed, the bottle is armed, and the fire test is completed. And once we release, we can see the fuel valve is once again open. We can now go to start, and we can also perform the engine fire test, engine 2 and engine 1. We can come to the right side and perform the baggage after and 1 and 2 test, as well as the forward baggage compartment fire test. All checks good here, and looks like the generator is available, and we're going to go to the bleed air.
Thank you, sir, for constantly bringing top-notch quality material to the community. Cannot be appreciated enough. Thanks again.
Leif, thank you so very much for your 100 SEK donation. That's is it Swedish kroners, I believe. Thank you very much for your very generous donation there, sir, and for your kind words. I truly appreciate it very much, Leif. Thank you very much. You are very, very kind, sir. Thank you. All right, so we have the APU now running. We're going to turn on the recirc fan, and the recirc is on. We're going to turn on fasten seatbelt. We'll leave. No, actually, we are refueling, so we'll leave that. Non-smoking is on. And what else? Everything here is good. Anti-collision position lights is on. And we're going to turn on the pitot static standby 1 and 2 and the pilot side window heat as well. All right, everything's good here. And we're going to come here and arm the anti-skid. But first, we're going to test it. All right. We're going to cancel the master caution, turn on the rest of our displays since the APU is now running. So we'll come here and we'll turn on the rest of the displays. Excellent. PFD and the MFD on both sides is now turned on. The self-test is going on. Let's go ahead and turn on our UNS units on both sides. Excellent. That's taking place, and we're going to turn on our radios, and it's performing the self-test there, and the radios are now operational. Perfect. We are now ready to start programming the UNS device for our flight, and to do this, we're going to bring up the Sim Toolkit Pro once more, and we're going to head all the way to the top, and we're going to take a note of our final cruise altitude, which is 24,000 feet. And we're going to set it again. If you notice on this side here, it says it reads 4,000 and the altitude knob is here. So we're going to set this to 24,000 feet. There we go. 24,000 feet is set. And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the weather information here at Calgary Airport, Calgary International, and as you can see, the QNH is 2989er. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to set the baro to 2989er, 2989er. All right, so that is now set, perfect. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to perform the auto feather test. So as you can see, the auto feather test is now in progress. All right, up trim, it's going to go through everything that it needs to do. GPSW test as well. Perfect. And we're going to come here and perform the takeoff warning test. All right, that works okay. And we're going to test the IAS mismatch, which checks okay. 1 and 2. Right, that works perfectly fine. Stall warning test. Terrain. Checks okay. Stall warning test 2. Checks okay. And the steering we don't need at the current time. All right, so all the instruments are now, let's set this to 2898. 2989, beg your pardon. And that is set, and everything looks good. All right, perfect. Now what we can do is we can bring up the UNS device. And I'm just going to click here so you guys can see and follow along what I'm doing here. IFR Captain, hello, my friend. I see Flight Tampa Amsterdam will be releasing this week for X-Plane 11 and 12. Ooh, that's pretty cool news. Do you sometimes fly on VATSIM? I fly on IVAO. All right. So we're going to accept this, and next we're going to go to the flight plan. All right. So we are at Charlie Yankee Yankee Charlie, and if we take a look here at our flight plan, there is no star out of our departure airport. We're going to be departing runway 17 left, direct to Saxol. So we're going to enter Saxol here. Saxol. All right, enter that and accept. And from Saxol, it's airway 965. That's strange. That's the area code for international calling for Kuwait. Q965. Okay, so we're going to go to list. We're going to select airway, and we're going to select number 1, which is Q965. So that's number 1, and enter. And we are going to exit at Alkic, which is number 1. Alkic is selected. Perfect. And then we're going to fly direct from Alkic to Ebler. Ebler. And selected and accepted. From Ebler, it's Kavda. And enter. Excellent. And from Kavda direct to Lexon. So Lexon is the next one here. Lexon. Enter. Accept. Perfect. And finally, it's the star into Fort McMurray, the Lexan 5 and runway 08. Runway 08 is an RNAV approach, so there is no ILS today. It's going to be an RNAV approach. And so what we're going to do is we're going to enter our destination airport, which is Charlie Yankee Mike. Enter that and accept. Perfect. Now we're going to go to Charlie Mike. We're going to select the menu and select arrive. We are arriving runway 08, which is number 1. Selected. The Lexan 5 is our star, so number 1. And the we're going to hit enter, and the approach is the RNAV Yankee 08. So that's the one there, right? So we're going to select number 1 and hit enter. And let's see if there is a transition in our flight plan. So if you scroll down all the way, we look here for the transition, and it looks like there is no transition. So we're just going to say flight plan. We're going to go next, and it looks like there is a discontinuity here. So we are going to delete that. And then there is, looks like vectors to final. What did I do? All right. So next. All right. So pinvu, then vectors to final. There is no link. I'm going to delete this discontinuity. So it's vectors to final. So we're going to have to turn to intercepts for this runway here for the arrival. We're going to take the pit B and then direct about 30 nautical miles to pit B. Is it? That's strange. Very strange. All right. Well, let's take a quick look at Navigraph. So we're going to come down here, and we are, let me unload this. Let me say unload, and let's see here. Import flight from SimBrief. We're going to select this flight here, add to route, cancel, import and open. Okay, here's our flight. There we go. So that's our departure, and our arrival is right here. It looks like those are, this is Velta, and this is the vector. Very strange looking flight there. Anyway, very strange flight plan. The approach, initial approach altitude is 3,000 feet. Hello, Kevin. Welcome aboard. Hello there, Alex from the Netherlands. Welcome aboard, my friend. All right, so everything's looking good here. Let's go ahead and take this away. Everything is good here. We're going to go to the fuel, and we're going to select our. We need Sim Toolkit Pro real quick here, just to load our zero fuel. There we go. All right, so the zero fuel is 52751. 52751. Oops. 52751, and enter. And fuel on board today is 6700, and enter that. That's the gross weight, and we are now ready to go. The only thing we need is we're going to select menu, and we're going to select depart, and we're departing runway 17 left today, which is number 3. Enter. And there is no SID, so we're just going to say enter and then flight plan. Yeah, it's going to say no link. That's okay. We're just going to delete that. All right. So all's ready to go now, and we can now dismiss Sim Toolkit Pro, and we'll put this away as well. How are we doing in terms? Looks like the passengers are still loading the aircraft, so we're going to say fast load, and that will conclude loading all our passengers and close all the cargo doors. Everything's ready here. Altitude is set. We're going to set the nav source to FMS1 on both sides. Cancel the master caution, and nav source here to FMS1 as well. Perfect. Hello, algorithm. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. We have someone with us from Canada. I think this is one of the very rare occasions where I actually fly in Canada. I don't think I've done many flights in Canada, and maybe I should. All right. So, Casper, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. All right, so we are ready now to get the aircraft engines started. So we're going to come back here to the overhead panel. We're going to make sure that the beacon is on red. We can now turn on the passenger fasten seatbelt signs since the fueling is complete and everything is now ready for engine start. Perfect. Let's go ahead and start the engine number 2. There is no need for pushback because we're going to actually taxi straight out from the current position. So we're just going to come here to engine number 2 and start. Right? You can hear the beautiful engine sounds. And start and feather. Let's switch to the external view. There we go. All right, and we can put this on max. We can hear the beautiful prop engine sounds now. Beautiful. All right, we have a good start on engine number 2. Let's go and start engine number 1. And for that, we're going to come again to the overhead panel. And we are going to select engine number 1, start, and we are now, all right, we're going to go to start and feather. Right, engine is coming up now. And here's a look at the outside. Listen to those beautiful engine sounds. Q8, are you on RC4? Yes, I am on RC4. And I am also on the latest version of the Q4XP, which is 1.27. All right, and now we can go to max. All right, maximum prop is now set. Excellent. All right, now we need to turn on the standby hydraulic pressure, the PTU control. Let's check the hydraulic isolation valve is operational per design intent. We can turn it off. Tank 1 and Tank 2 auxiliary pumps are on. Auto feather is selected on. And we're going to come here and click. And now we have our V1, V-rotate, and V2 all set. Perfect. We're going to set the heading knob to 170 degrees, or 168 is the runway heading. 16. All right, 168 is set, and we are now ready to go, folks. We're going to hit on Alt Select. Alt Select is selected, and we're good to go. All right. So what is it? Emergency lights are now. Let's take a look here. Where is my emergency light? There we go. Emergency light is armed and taxi lights are on. Everything else here looks good. We can now turn on the bleed air. Let's go ahead and kill the bleed air here. Generator and the power APU is off and the bleed air is now on. We'll leave this on minimum until after takeoff. Once we are about 1,000 feet AGL, we will put this on normal. We are now, ladies and gentlemen, good to go. And let's release the parking brake and head over to the runway. Parking brake is released. And let's head over to the runway. There we go. Flaps 5 for departure, before we forget that. All right, here we go. And let's not forget the nose steering. You can already see there's... this aircraft, by the way, simulates fully the icing conditions. And let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the windshield heat so that, you know, we don't get this, where you see here will go away with the windshield heaters turned on. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to fly the aircraft. All right, perfect. And we're heading to the runway now. I really like this livery. Check out this registration number. All right, here we go. Right, we continue taxiing to runway 17 left. Looking good. Yeah, I was very surprised yesterday during the test flight that the aircraft actually could not handle the icing conditions, and the weather in Canada is quite cold. But the Dash 8 is a very capable aircraft. So I was a little surprised. I'm not sure if it was a bug again, but yeah, due to icing conditions, the aircraft just kind of fell apart from the sky. MC Crew Fish, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. Right, here we go. Runway 17 is coming up. Look at how beautiful this aircraft is. All right, everything's configured for departure. All looks good. And I think that there are a few things left now in terms of fixing before X-Plane 12 is official. Release candidate for. We've had 14 betas and 4 RCs. So that's a total of 18 updates altogether. For X-Plane since September 5th, I believe, is when it was made available for early access. Is that a default airport? Yes, sir. That's a default default airport. We're flying from two and two default airports today. So that's the default Calgary International in Canada, Charlie Yankee Yankee Charlie. And the arrival airport, Fort McMurray, is Charlie Yankee Mike Mike, which is also a default airport. So everything is default except for the aircraft today, which is, of course, the wonderful and majestic Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim. Yeah, I wonder how Jack is doing. I hope he's doing well. Right, it was a bit of a long taxi there. Definitely we've burned some fuel there as we taxied to the runway. But I think we have sufficient fuel for our flight. All right, here we go. I love the sound of the beta and the Dash 8. Listen to that. So cool. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna hold short. Runway 17 left. We are at the right runway. Excellent. 17 left. Right, let's bring the aircraft to a short stop here and configure it for takeoff. The first thing is landing lights can go on, and the strobe goes to white, and that will turn on both the anti-collision and the strobe lights on. We're going to release the throttle lock, and let's see here. We're going to go to flight low. There we go. Perfect. Everything here looks good. Let's make sure we do the master fill here from FMS1. I kind of forgot to do that. Let's cancel the master caution. That is now set. We're going to go to flight plan. We'll leave this here, and we're good to go. Right, parking brake is released, and we are cleared for takeoff. Runway 17 left. All right, folks, let's go. Let's keep it on the center line, and we're going to rotate at 127 knots. All right, V1, rotate. And positive rate of climb, gears going up. Wow, some wind here as we depart. Beautiful departure. And we'll begin our turn to the right to intercept the flight plan. Right, we're looking good. And we're above, with 1,000 feet above, so we're gonna retard the props. Right, 950, 990 or 950. Right, continue the climb. Let's put the nose, push the nose down a little bit. Let's begin our turn. Look at that, guys. Flaps up. All right.
2,500.
All right, we can... All right, so what we can do now is we're going to turn on the yaw damper. We're going to go to, let's zoom in here. So we have nav. We're going to turn on the autopilot, and we're going to go to IAS at 213. Yeah, that's good. And now the aircraft is going to climb to the set altitude, which is 24,000 feet. And it's going to maintain about 213 knots while we climb, which is sufficient. And I suspect that we might need to turn on the anti-icing very soon, but we'll wait for the message here that says ice detected. Normally that's an indication that ice is probably forming on the aircraft, and that we need to turn on the anti-icing system. But so far, we are doing well. Let's take a look at the outside real quick. Look at that. Lovely engine sounds really on the Dash 8. All right, we're approaching 10,000 feet. So we're going to turn off the landing lights. Let's make sure the bleed air conditioning on normal so that we keep the aircraft pressurized. We're going to release the passengers so they can wander around the cabin, and everything else here is good. We're going to also turn off the taxi lights, and all is looking good. Yeah, we're above 10,000 feet. Continue our climb to 24,000. We're going to come here and set the range. There, I think that's good. Yeah, perfect. And we can come down here and put this on nav, so we can have nav on the first officer side as well. Excellent. Everything else is looking good here. Perfect. And we continue our climb now, folks, to our cruise level, which is 24,000 feet. We should be at our cruise level in a short period of time. We can turn off the PTU control and the standby hydraulic, as well as the auxiliary fuel pumps now. I love the Dash 8. I truly love this aircraft. Alright, we can bring up some more lights in the cabin here. And yeah, let's turn that, why not? It will give us a little more lighting here, so we can see a little better. Excellent. I do not understand why not everybody has got this aircraft. It's for me the top. It's absolutely the top. Yeah. Hi Kuwait, when I do a turn in XB12, my camera is in the same position. It doesn't rotate when turning. Do you know now how to... If you mean... thank you, Bill. I do have it. We are on RC4. Hello, Adam. Welcome aboard. So the turning, if you're referring to what you saw when my aircraft turns, for example, or the shake, that would be XP realistic. Guys, we're going through the cloud, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the anti-icing system here. All right, let's go here just to make sure we don't get in trouble. So yeah, you need XP realistic in order to get those effects. So I suppose that's why you're not getting it. Yeah, Martin, I agree with you there. The default scenery actually looks pretty good. Hey, Elaine, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Big fan of the Dash 8 as well. Flew it so many times in regional hopping here in Canada. Hey, Elaine. Well, glad to have you with us this evening. It's definitely a wonderful aircraft to fly and to look at. 16,000 for 24,000, about 8,000 feet to go. Here's a look at the outside for you guys again. The clouds are, not exactly in tip-top shape, but hopefully Laminar will fix those. They look pretty good to me. They're not always looking very good, but this actually doesn't look bad at all. Yeah. I was very pleased when one of the Laminar Research folk commented on the latest X-Plane stream, Julian Lockwood. Julian is responsible for the scenery in X-Plane. So I was happy to see that the Laminar guys are actually still visiting the channel after all these years. Well. Now, guys, I have an announcement to make, and the announcement is that I have just today, I've become an ambassador for the FlyLilo or Lilo project. Now, Lilo is a really nice folk, and you probably, some of you may already know him on Twitch. Let's set the barrel reference to standard. 2902 is now set, and we're going to set it here as well. All right, 2902 set. Now, the project is a FlyLilo is a non-profit organization that helps the disabled part of the community, the disabled flight simmers, basically, and it helps them buy sufficient gear and some other equipment to help them enjoy this hobby. And I found the cause to be a very good cause to support. One is I will let you know that I personally have a special needs child, and I can totally relate to this project. I've watched a lot of the Twitch streams of Lilo himself, flying in MSFS. And I was very touched the first time I actually watched him. I watched his full stream, and I was very touched. And so he actually reached out to me on Discord, and he asked me if I wanted to be part of his community and to help support them and raise awareness about the project and what they do. And of course, I gladly and proudly accepted to help them out with their cause, and hopefully they'll be successful in what they do, and hopefully they'll be able to support the less fortunate of us in the flight sim community and really help them enjoy this hobby and enjoy aviation the way we do. So the link might appear in today's stream, and of course you are under no obligation to support, but I will be very grateful if you can support the Fly Lilo project. And there will be an official stream dedicated to Fly Lilo on the 17th of December, and hopefully the target is, and by the way, they haven't asked for anything, but my target is to raise 1,000 euros for those guys to help the disadvantaged, or those with special needs that require the help and can't get it without the community's help. So I hope that you can support this project and find it in your hearts to put a smile on the faces of those out there in the community during this holiday season, and to just really bring a smile to their face and allow them to enjoy what we all enjoy, flight simulation or hobby. All right. Can you give us a link? The link is in the chat. You should have it right now. So I think it says Nightbot has actually just put in the link in the chat. So if you click that, you'll be able to donate today, but there will be again a special stream. I just wanted to announce this today, and the link is available in chat right now, and you'll be able to make whatever donation you like to make to those guys, and it will be extremely appreciated. Hey Mark, hello my friend, welcome aboard, glad to have you with us. We are in the last few feet before we reach our cruise altitude of 24,000 feet is the final cruise altitude, and we are looking good. Excellent. Almost at 24,000. Let's take a look at the outside, shall we? And here, ladies and gentlemen, we can see what things look like at 24,000 feet. And I tell you, X-Plane is getting better and better by the day, without a doubt. I think I'm going to do a lot more flights on X-Plane after official release. It is fairly stable. It has some glitches here and there. But surprisingly enough, I've never had any crash with X-Plane 12. Unless, you install something that doesn't belong to X-Plane 12, then you might. But overall, I am very pleased with the stability of the sim. I sure do hope that Laminar would fix the anti-aliasing issue that, you can see all the jagged lines every now and then, especially from a distance. But those clouds actually look pretty good. Yeah. All right, I think we can go ahead and turn off the anti-icing system. So the airframe mode select goes to off, the engine intakes are off, and the props to off, and now the anti-icing system is off. If it is required, we might actually need the anti-icing system again once we are. Ooh, auto feather needs to go off. All right, we are at cruise altitude, and this needs to also go to minimum 850. All right, and of course the speed is now increasing, so I'm going to take this back to about 58% of torque. Right, there we go, 58. That should hold the speed at about 227. Perfect. How's the plane? I had the other version of it, not the Q4XP. Also, I think this is gonna mature great sim. Mark, this aircraft is nothing like the previous version. So this is the Q4XP. The previous version was not a good buy, meaning a good purchase. It's nothing like this one. This aircraft, the Q4XP, is a study level simulation of the Dash 8 Q400, tested by real world Dash 8 pilots, and Jack, the developer, has really spent years in developing this aircraft. So it comes after years of development, a lot of effort, and a lot of feedback and comments from real world Dash 8 Q400 pilots. And to see this aircraft today in the sim is really a marvel. We have Mr. Nimbus. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you with us. Thank you very much, sir, for your support, being a member here at the channel. Eric, welcome aboard. This is RC4. Yes, sir. We are in RC4. And we are looking great. Yeah. All right, we can go actually and take a look here again at the beautiful cabin aboard this Dash 8. And again, of course, you can manipulate the lights. You can open the lavatory. You can come up here and turn the lights on and off as your heart desires. You can turn on the lighting. Of course, you can't see the effect when during daylight, but you can even open the windshield there, the window shades, which is cool. You can open the compartments, and you can open the food tray. You can bring it on. There we go. Yeah, really very, very well done by FlyJSim. And here's a look. Let's see here. Here's a look at the outside. Very nice livery. I absolutely love the livery. It says Merry Christmas here, and you've got, the candy bars and the Christmas trees and all that good stuff. That's really cool. Go to the toilet. All right, well, we have a little bit of time, so let's go to the toilet. Why not? You can open it. There we go. And let's go to the toilet. That's fine. All right, so here's your toilet, and you can open the lid, and you can actually use the toilet by I think after you put it down. Let's see here, you can use, where's the button? Is that the button? No. I'm almost sure that I've seen a button for, there it is. There, so you can actually flush the toilet. Yeah, some, what happened there? All right. Some details that are, probably not necessary, but they are, good fun. It's always good fun to play with it. And you can open, by the way, the forward baggage compartment door as well. But if you do open it, you'll get a master caution here. So you're not supposed to open it during flight. It is study level without a doubt. And by the way, the guys at FlyJSim have now integrated. So if you go to VNAV, if we go to VTO, so we can actually select this. We can use number 1 and go for that, but we're not doing this. But what I wanted to show you is if you go to nav, they have now programmed, if you go to maneuver, now you have, by the way, you can do all the holds. You can do holding, direct to hold, disarm hold. So all this, the hold now is properly simulated, and you can actually do it. But what's very cool is the now development of the pseudo VOR, which you can now select like in the real aircraft, which is really cool. So there's three pseudo VORs that you can enter with the desired track, and you can give it the inbound and outbound radials, and it will draw it on the INS device, which is pretty cool. All the again, the preference, all the pages are properly modeled. So if you go tune to the radio, and here from the menu, we go to performance, flight plan, fuel. So you've got all your pages here as well. Third one, fourth fuel page, and you've got all the information. Overhead at our destination is about 3,300. And gives you the all the information, the headwind, all the information, and everything is modeled. You've got the fuel flow to your engines as well from the engine, from the fuel page, beg your pardon. So everything direct to is again functional, and you can simply select the number of the direct to point, and you can simply go there. You can either divert or you can hold at a particular waypoint as well. And this is again the pseudo VOR. You can access it from the menu just like you can in the real aircraft, which is very, very cool. Yeah, a lot of work has gone into this. Aero Knowledge, welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you here. It's one bug with the Q4XP that's annoying when landing and putting the condition levers to disconnect the RPM is going crazy. Really, I haven't really taken notice, but we'll check this out today. Also, wouldn't I be able to ask you if you would review the AKD Gulfstream G550? I saw like 3 reviews, but would value your opinion on such plane as I'm considering it. Sure, Mark, I will take a look. I'm not sure, I think I've downloaded that. I think I've purchased that aircraft, but I never got around to making a review. So yeah, I will gladly take a look at that aircraft and post a video on it for sure. Yeah. All right. So we are, if we look at the friendly SimToolkit Pro, and we go to the flight summary here, so flight summary page. This is us right here, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. This is the top of climb, and this is the top of descent. Right here. So we're going to descend to 3,000 feet, which is the initial approach altitude. And if we look at Navigraph, this is going to be our routes from Vilta to Penvu, from Penvu to Nopo, and then it's going to be an RNAV approach to, that's Pet B, and then that's the runway right there, runway, which runway was it? Runway 08. Mark Pierce has just become a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend, to the VVIP exclusive group here on the channel. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much. I want the power levers to disconnect, not condition. Oh, okay, got you. We will take a look at that for sure, and yeah, we'll see if that's a bug, if there is a bug indeed, and I'm sure the guys at FlyJSim, if you report the bug to them, they will definitely fix it. All right, under 1 hour before we reach our destination, which is Fort McMurray today in Canada, And yeah, flying in Canada is actually pretty cool because you know, if you like, you know, challenging approaches, flying in Canada is always challenging due to the weather conditions, due to the adverse weather conditions. So yeah, I think more flights to be planned in this part of the world. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with whatever Laminar is doing. Again, the X-Plane is no longer in early access. It is now in RC, which is release candidate, and we have reached number 4. I think we will have another 2 RCs, and then it will probably be official release. Maybe 1 or 2, but not more than that. If they are going to release in December. So yeah. Lovely aircraft by FlyJSim. All right. Always looking good. And by the way, you can hide the iPad if you don't want it. You can just simply click here and it will go away. And for the remainder of our flight, we don't really need it. Yeah, you don't really need it for the remainder of the flight here. So we can actually click here and remove it. Perfect. Try a flight out of Kelowna in the Rockies. All right, Kevin, thank you very much for making a suggestion. I will consider that next time. Yeah, for sure. All right, I think I want to show you guys here the outside, and if we look at the external view now, I think the clouds look pretty nice. They're again not 100% in my view, especially the clouds on this layer. They kind of look as if they are shaved off from the bottom, and this is something that Laminar is very new, I think, to Laminar, the cloud representation in 3D. Or in volumetric clouds. It's a new thing, and we ought to give them some time to, you know, rectify some of the issues encountered. Fly Lilo is here, ladies and gentlemen, the man himself. Hello there, Fly Lilo. Thank you very much for making your presence here on stream. I appreciate it, my friend. Is the identifier for Kelowna. They often do flights from there to in the Q400. Some airliners operate the route with the 737s and oh really? All right, well I need to check this out, Kevin, without a doubt. And that's probably going to be our next flight in Canada. When I plan a flight in Canada, I'll probably pick your route. Hopefully I'll remember. Yeah, I have a tendency to forget. And guys, if you are sending me messages on email or on Discord or Instagram or wherever, you know, whatever medium you are choosing to communicate with me, I do apologize if I'm a little late in getting back to you. Normally the morning time is a very difficult time for me to check anything regarding the channel. I normally take about 5 minutes when I reach work in the parking lot before I actually enter the building, and that's when I go, you know, I dedicate about 5 minutes there just to kind of look over my emails if there's anything important, and then when I get back, you know, from work, I'm just really exhausted. So most of the time I look at the emails, unless there is something urgent, I don't respond. It really is very difficult for me to respond to all the messages and all the comments, and it gets too much. So so I do apologize if you've sent me something. I'm not ignoring you. I just simply don't have the time to respond to every single message that I get or every single comment. I try my best, especially if it's not a repeat, and if it is something genuinely not covered in the stream or in the video, then I try as much as possible to answer it. But if it's something, sometimes I get questions, and it's like in minute 5 or 6 in the video that I actually mention exactly the answer to the question. So those I honestly just kind of look in. I look away and go for something else because it's already covered in the video. So so yeah, I do apologize if I've missed any of your questions or inquiries. That'll get working good. MSFS was a bug storm for a while too before it got really nice looking. This will get there too with time and update. Absolutely, absolutely. Ah, the BA-146. Maybe we'll do that flight in. Maybe we'll do it in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Ladies and gentlemen, Ride by Wire just became a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. Thank you very much for being here with us this evening, and thank you for your support being a VVIP member at the channel. I appreciate it, sir. Very kind of you. Thank you. Optimize it. Try it again. Yeah. Once they optimize it, yeah. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people are kind of waiting, and that is a reasonable thing to do if you don't like early access. What do you think about the Q4XP versus Majestic Dash? All right. So I've answered this question in a previous stream, but I will tell you that for before version 1.2.1.25, the Majestic Dash 8 for P3D had a slight edge over the FlyJSim aircraft. But after that last version, all the updates to the UNS device, definitely the Q4XP is far more advanced in my view from the visual 3D perspective, as well as the system simulation is pretty much, you know, spot on both aircraft. But visually and from the interactivity, you know, I think this one has the edge definitely over the Majestic Dash 8 by Majestic Software. So this would be the better choice in my view. If you want to learn the aircraft, if you really want a study level simulation, and you still want an accurate 3D model that looks good, and you still worry about, you know, interactivity in the cabin with, you know, very realistic lighting and things of that nature, this aircraft is definitely much better than the Majestic version for P3D. Well, Ride by Wire, thank you, sir, for your kind words and for joining the VVIP exclusive membership here on the channel. Appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Matt Johnson, I see. Was made for, yeah, that is correct. I need to try X-Plane at some point. I'll tell you, Fly Lilio, I don't think that you will be disappointed with X-Plane 12. It is really a brilliant platform, and I do like it a lot, and I do enjoy it a lot. All right, let's take a look where we are, and if we click here, we are at L bar. This is, why do we have Lexon twice? Next, we have Lexon twice. So I'm going to select this one and delete it, and then we have Nanlo, Velta, Nopo, Penvu, vectors to Pet B, and then the runway. All right. Okay. Perfect. All right. So we are at L bar. We're looking good. Put this away, and if we scroll here, 23 nautical miles there. And if we look at SimToolkit Pro as well, you can see we are here, and that's the top of descent. So we're looking good, about 42 minutes before arrival into our destination. We need more third-party devs in X-Plane and even MSFS. You know, Matt, I think this is something that's very interesting that you said, because I fully agree with you. And in recent years, some of the big names in the flight sim development arena has kind of abandoned X-Plane. One of which is PMDG. And any builds, while they've announced that they're going to bring the A300 to X-Plane 12, I don't think that the sim is now a priority for them. And kind of just, it leaves me a little baffled as to why. Is it the actual platform? Is it difficult to develop for? Or is it, something in Laminar's strategy with third-party development that prevents some of those developers? But for the most part, I see more add-ons coming out for Microsoft Flight Simulator, especially in the scenery department. I mean, oh my God, there is just so many airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Just abundance of airports. And the same developers that used to develop for X-Plane, they used to develop scenery for X-Plane, have completely moved to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and very few of them actually continue to develop for the X-Plane platform, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, so Argentina are playing Croatia, isn't it? Yeah, so no worries, man. I do understand soccer fans will go and watch the football match, so enjoy it. And maybe you can just come and report to us if someone scores any goals. Yeah, I was kind of interested to watch the match, but then I said, nah, I'll just go ahead and stream. Yeah. Big majority of flight simmers move to MSFS, so add-on developers need to gain enough money. That's why they focus on MSFS. Yeah, that's a very good observation there. Honestly, it's money. As Casey said, big bucks. You have both the PC and Xbox crowd as a revenue source. Yeah, that is true. That is very true. I've got a question. Are the jetways in X-Plane 12 gone? What do you mean they're gone? No, they're not gone. I'm putting for Argentina versus Morocco in the final. Wow. Morocco has really surprised everyone with their just bravery and the skill set. They played very, very well in this World Cup, without a doubt. So yeah, I mean, those guys, you know, see, when you watch the underdogs defeat some of the world best teams, is really something that calls for pride. And I'm sure that the Moroccan team and their coach are very proud of what they've accomplished so far. And quite frankly, they deserve to be in the final. They definitely deserve to be in the final, yeah. Name your favorite aircraft, one plane in X-Plane Q8. Hard question. My favorite aircraft in X-Plane 12 is, hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, is the FlyJSim Q4XP, the Dash 8 Q400. That is my absolute favorite aircraft. Hey, Note, welcome aboard, my friend. Also think that developers are waiting till it's really released so they don't have to update all the time. Even Zevo stopped. That is very correct, Alex, yeah. Alright, so we are now heading to Kavda, and if we look at our flight plan, from Kavda it's Lexon, Nanlo, and from Nanlo, Vilta, Nopov, and Penvo, and then it's the vectors to final. Alright, so we're gonna go here. Okay, that's Kavda, and if we look here, 59 nautical miles to Kavda. Alright, so still quite a way before we reach our destination. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy an external view and I'm going to take a very short break and be right back. All right, so here's an external view for you guys to enjoy. And there we go. Let's see, maybe this one's better here, this way. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to take a short break and be right back. Hello guys, I am back. Sorry about that little glitch there. All right, so if we look at how the sounds, by the way, on this aircraft are exceptional. They're very, very well made sounds. And let's take a look at our flight plan real quick. All right, we're looking okay, and about 36 nautical miles for Kavda. And if we look at our Sim Toolkit Pro, this is the top of descent. So shortly after Kavda, we'll begin our descent. About 30 minutes before we land, and all is looking good. Yeah, excellent. I think it counts for 90% of the deaths. Yep. Hello, Mike. Welcome aboard. In real life, don't you think the engine sound would be much louder? Well, I normally turn down the sounds because if the engine sounds are too loud, you will not be able to hear me. And so I they are quite loud in the sim. When you have the sound turned on to max, they are very, very loud, both inside and out. So yeah. Sim Racer FlyJSim 1000. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Was a bit difficult to say your entire name, but welcome, my friend. Johan Jacobs, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here with us. I think 2023 will be the golden year for MSFS. We have at least 10 aircraft releasing. Yeah, there's quite a bit of aircraft coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. What is the ETA? So, hey, NM Flyer Robin, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. We haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for being here this evening. ETA is about 30 minutes. How to use the emojis and tag people in chat? Well, if you click on the chat, see below where you actually type in, you'll see 3 icons. There's like a smiley face. If you click that smiley face, you'll be able to select the emojis. If you want to tag someone, just use @ and then type in the name of the person, and you'll be able to tag that person. So if you type @Q8 Pilot, then you'll see that my name will pop up, or the channel name will pop up, and then the Q8 Pilot will be highlighted, and so I'll know that you are addressing this to me. I just got the 3080 Ti and AMD 5800 CPU and 64 GB 32 MHz RAM that will run X-Plane at over 60 FPS at 144 at 1440p. I don't know. What is your clock speed? What is your CPU clock speed? See, with X-Plane and in fact Microsoft Flight Simulator both, it is very much single CPU dependent, single core dependent. So both sims still do not make use of multi-core. So what you want with X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Simulator is a very powerful single core processor, and the best processor on the market today that will achieve this for you is the 13900K Intel processor. It is by far the fastest processor available on the market today. I thought XP uses multi-core now. Not really. Not really. It attempts to use multi-core, but it's really pretty much single core. Single core performance is about 4.8 gigahertz. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's okay, but you're not going to be able to do 60 FPS. If you were stable over 30 FPS, you need to up the graphics. Yeah, that's very correct, Alex. Yeah. All right. Let's check here to see where we are. We're getting pretty close to top descent. So what I'm going to do, folks, is in preparation for our landing, I'm going to reset the MCP altitude to 3,000 feet, which is the initial approach altitude. So that's 3,000. And we're also going to take note of the weather information. So let's come here and look at the weather at our destination, which is Fort McMurray. And let's see here. All right, so the weather information, visibility 9.5, overcast at 11,000. The temperature, it looks like it's, is that like, I'm not sure what, does this mean like it's freezing temperature when it has an M? I'm not sure. 2902, and yeah. So let's see here. So there's a bit of clouds as we arrive. Scattered, broken, 5,000. Broken. Yeah, the weather actually is not very good, I must say. There is a lot of clouds, so I'm not sure. Visibility should be fine. Minus 12. M is minus. Got you. Oof. Wow. Minus 12. Damn. That's pretty cold, isn't it? Thank you. I actually wondered what the M stood for, and yeah, thank you for that, guys. Minus 12 degrees. Wow, that's really cold. So we're in for some, you know, icing conditions there, without a doubt. Flight summary. All right, let's take a look here real quick. All right, we're almost at the top of descent. So if I zoom in here a little bit, that's top of descent right there. And we will begin the descent shortly. Maybe here at Charlie Yankee Lima Bravo. As soon as we pass there, we're gonna initiate the descent. I can see the ice forming on the windows. Is this on? It is on. Yeah, as soon as we start descending through these clouds, we're gonna turn on the anti-icing system. Good evening, Roberto. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. How are you doing? How much Ortho 4XP you got covered in the world? Also, does it use the same Ortho as XP11? So, Ortho 4XP needs an upgrade in order to handle the coastlines in X-Plane 12. So, I believe there will be a new version of it soon. As far as how much I do have now in X-Plane 12, no, I have nothing. Zilch. I haven't really downloaded any orthos yet for X-Plane 12. All right, I think we are safe to begin the top of descent at Lexon. So right after here, yeah, Lexon, just right before Lexon, I think. This is the top of descent. We're kind of heading to it right now. And to do the top of descent, what we'll do is we'll use vertical speed, and we will descend initially at 1,000 feet per minute. And I think that's a reasonable descent rate. Bon appetit, Roberto. What is your setup? If you're interested in my setup, type !specs, and you'll be able to get the link, which has my complete specs, including my monitor. Even the case that I'm using is listed there. You'll be able to check it out over there. All right, I think we're going to begin the descent now. We are at the top of descent. So we are going to come here, and we're going to select, let's see, 3,000. So Alt select is selected. And then we're going to select vertical speed and nose down to 1,000 feet per minute. And now we have, ladies and gentlemen, begun the descent towards Fort McMurray in Canada, which is our destination for this flight today. Definitely, the Q4XP is a very well polished aircraft. From the sounds, the 3D model, the systems, everything is done so well in this aircraft. And if you are on the fence whether you should get it or not, I recommend this aircraft with confidence. It definitely receives my highest commendations, and I will tell you now that it will be worthwhile the time and the money spent when you get this aircraft, because it is truly a wonderful aircraft to fly. And it's a very authentic rendition of the real-world counterpart. So, yeah, definitely a good one to have. Does your PC make loud noises? No, not at all. In fact, the temperature right now, the CPU temperature right now is about 40 Celsius, 43 Celsius. And the GPU temperature is approximately 50 Celsius. And, yeah. So it has sufficient cooling. So I'm not really having any issues with the temperatures whatsoever. Although I'm over, the processor is running at 5.5 gigahertz right now. Can we see the plane? Yeah, of course. Here's the plane. The Dash 8 Q400 in all its glory. There you go. Here we can zoom on it so you can see it properly. There you go. And ladies and gentlemen, ex-CPL pilot has just become a VVIP member here at the Q8 Pilot channel. Welcome aboard, sir, to this exclusive membership here at the channel. And I want to thank you, sir, for your support. Being a member here at the channel, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for your kindness. It would overheat in MSFS if you had maxed out everything. No, I have not had any issues with Microsoft Flight Simulator. In fact, in X-Plane, when I'm loading the scenery, it actually, it jumps. So the temperature will go to the upper 70s and then it settles down again. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, I do not get any spikes in the temperature whatsoever. So yeah, thank you very much, ex-CPL pilot. Appreciate it, my friend. Do you play on PC or Xbox? I play on PC. After this, can you do a flight with the Boeing 747? I will do a flight, but it's definitely not going to be today, simply because it's approaching 11 a.m. in Kuwait. It's actually 10:26 p.m. in Kuwait, and I tell you, I'm starting to feel a bit sleepy now, because I normally sleep very early, as I normally wake up at around 5 a.m. in the morning every day. So I need to get sufficient rest before another very long day at work tomorrow. So I will make a note of the 747, and hopefully we'll do one very soon. Is Kuwait Christmas like the USA? No, it's not. Hey, Boeing Corp from Logan, New Jersey. Welcome aboard, my friend. Glad to have you with us. You can choose one of these. Do flight with the Boeing. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I promise you that I will do that. So Christmas in Kuwait is not something that is observed by the vast majority. What we'd like, so our household, what I'd like to do is get a Christmas tree. So the nannies we have are Christian, obviously, and they do celebrate Christmas. But even long before that, I've taught my kids that it is a wonderful thing to share and participate in all kinds of events, whether they're religious events, whether they're like Christmas, New Year's Eve, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, whatever the case may be, that it is okay, it is completely okay to celebrate these, because that's what brings people together. And I wanted my kids to appreciate other cultures and appreciate, life from different perspective, and meet new people, and gel along with, people from all kinds of, all walks of life, with different backgrounds, with different ethnic backgrounds, different religious backgrounds, even different political views. And that does not change the fact that we are human beings. And that is the single most important common denominator between all of us, is that we're human beings. So I like for my kids to appreciate other cultures. So it's been a tradition in our family to get a Christmas tree and get it decorated with all the lights, and we buy gifts for one another. So yeah, I'd like to do that. We do have other occasions that are indigenous to Islam, for example, that I also celebrate with my kids. But I celebrate everything. Anything that, anything that comes my way, I'll celebrate it. I like to appreciate the differences between the differences is never something that calls for divide. Differences between us is what actually is something to appreciate, and so I am very much fond of celebrating occasions and celebrating different different events from different cultures. And my kids have now grown up. They're actually grown. My eldest is 22, and then 22, 17, 16, and 9. And they all have the same mentality, and I'm very proud to have raised them that way, without any any prejudice, without any discrimination against anyone. So I'm very proud, and I feel that that's a good achievement, really. Big New Year, absolutely, absolutely. Unfortunately, the kids are not going to be here for New Year this year. I'm going to be with my daughter. Two of my daughters will be here, but my daughter, my 17-year-old and 9-year-old son will not be here. Oh, by the way, we did not set the altimeter, so yeah, I kind of got carried away there. All right, so let's go and very quickly take a look at the weather here, and we're going to grab the altimeter. The altimeter is 29902, standard. All right, so bear reference is standard, which is already set. We are down to 15,000 feet. Speed is okay, and I'm going to increase our range just a little bit here so we can see what's going on. All right, so here is this is the vector to final. Okay, so, and this is so what we're going to do, we're going to go to the vector here. All right, from the vector we are going to turn to the runway heading and intercept the RNAV approach. There is no we need to be at 5,000, so 10,000 from here, 22, 60 nautical miles. We are at 15, 4, 5, that's 10. 10 times 3 is 30. 30 plus 10 contingency, 40 nautical miles. All right, so we are good. We should be able to clear this altitude to 5,000 feet. And if we click here, that's the approach speed, 132. So, and yeah, 132 is our approach speed. And yeah, it's an RNAV approach, so hopefully the visibility is good so that we can land without incident. We continue our descent now. We're looking good. I don't spam the channel. I fixed something on my sentence. Hello there, IX Sharp. Welcome, my friend. This is my daughter's first semester in NYC and has met so many different people and cultures. Yeah, the university is Carl Childers. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. I didn't know you were on chat. Thank you very much for being here, sir, and for your continued support. I appreciate it. So, one of the things, see, my dad is a figure in my life. He's a role model, and I really look up to Dad. I love him to pieces. I have a very strong relationship with my dad. And when I was back in my teens, Dad had taught me to make all my decisions on my own, and he held me accountable to those decisions. He pretty much gave all the guidance that he could provide, but he never interfered in making a decision. And when the time came for me, I graduated high school with a very high, percentage. I was an honor student back in high school, and I was eligible for a scholarship from the government of Kuwait to go and study abroad. So the choice was mine, either to complete the studies at Kuwait University or study abroad. And studying abroad, of course, means any country that I want, whether it's the US, the UK. And I decided I wanted to go to the US, and Dad said it's not going to be easy, But if that's what you want to do, I support your decision. And the main reason that Dad allowed me to make my own calls is that that's what his dad, had him do. And when I decided to go to the US, it wasn't really just to get the academic degree, because I could have done this in Kuwait. I could have done it in a much closer country, for example, like the Emirates or Bahrain or Qatar, or in either go or just go to Kuwait University. But I have chosen to go to the US for a number of reasons. One is I wanted to explore different cultures. I wanted to see life from a completely different perspective. So to me, you don't earn a degree at the university, you earn a degree in life. And that degree is the most important degree that you get. Degree in life in general. And I think that the fact that I was in the US has afforded me the opportunity to explore, life from a completely different perspective. That was one of the reasons. Of course, I wanted to be very independent. Always have been, always will be independent. I'm pretty much a very, self-contained unit. And I like to do things on my own. And that also afforded me the opportunity to do that, to live on my own and, kind of cook your own meals, wash your own clothes, and, all that good stuff. So it was a very humbling experience, and I've learned a lot, and I met a lot of great people, and I've learned from them. One of the other reasons is, you hear in the Middle East, you hear a lot of things about America, and you hear a lot of things about the American people, and I wanted to see for myself, is what I'm hearing true or not true? And I've learned that also from Dad. So Dad never, he's never judgmental. And he always told me, do not listen to anything you hear from people. Find out for yourself. Always have first impressions. That's okay. You're a human being, and it's okay to have first impressions, but always allow those first impressions to change based on your own observations. And don't make your judgments final until you have confirmed it. And that's what I pass on to my children. 10,000 feet, folks. I could go on and on, so let's focus on the flight here before we... Hey, Scott. Hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. Thanks very much for being here. All right, landing lights are on, and we're going to also go ahead and turn on the fasten seatbelt signs and non-smoking signs. We are now approaching our destination, and we are at 9,000, about 34 nautical miles, and we need to clear 4,000. So 4,000, that's 4 times 3, 4,000. 4,000, 4 times 3. All right, so we're good. I'm going to start reducing our speed, so I'm going to ease off a little bit here on the throttle. And the temperature is pretty cold, so minus 12 Celsius. As you can see here, minus 7 Celsius. You know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and turn on the props, engine intakes, and the airframe mode selector just in case. And we'll leave the anti-icing system on. And yeah, we have the landing lights. All the lights are turned on. Seat belts, everything is good. All right, perfect. So we are reducing our speed now as we approach our destination. And what we can do after we pass, so after Velta Pino, then we're going to go to vectors, okay? Then we can fly direct to Pedby, and it's about 30 nautical miles, so I think we're good in terms of the altitude. We don't really need to worry about the altitude there whatsoever. Yeah, as you can see here, there is a restriction 5,500. All right, we're looking good. And of course, we need to set our course once we go to heading mode. But for now, we are okay. We're looking good. About 27 nautical miles, 7,000 feet. We're looking very good. Right, we're gonna bring up the throttle just a notch up here. so that, you know, we don't decelerate too much. I am going to leave the anti-icing system on until just right before landing, and then we can turn them off, because I am just suspecting that we will have the same issue that I've had yesterday. Don't mean it bad, but if people won't work hard for something, it's now weird. They get paid. Hey, Sachin. No worries, my friend. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you very much, Scott. Appreciate it, my friend. All right. We are down to 6,000, the last few thousands before we level at 3,000. I think we can reduce the rate of descent just a little bit here, so I'm going to go to 800 feet per minute, and we can maintain about 200 knots for the time being. We are looking good. Let me show you guys the outside, and here's what things look like. I'm not sure why there is a kind of a stutter or a pause that happens every now and then when you have Sim Toolkit Pro running. I'm not sure why. I think because it's probably not supporting X-Plane 12. It works, but it's still not, you know, officially supported. But yeah, this is what things are looking like now on the. Look at that beautiful color. And here's a flyby. There we go. Beautiful. Coming to 5,000. We can reduce again the rate of descent to maybe 500 feet per minute, and just give it a little more throttle here to maintain our speed. Excellent. And we are now almost there. Stan, how have you been, my friend? Many mods online today. Argentina 2. Wow. Perfect. I love South American soccer. Tell you guys. Did Lionel Messi score any goals? Everyone loves QA. Not hard to see why. Oh, thank you very much, Carl. Thank you very much, sir. That is very kind of you. And I love you all back, without a doubt. I mean, you guys are the reason I am here. And you are the inspiration that keeps me going. So thank you guys for everything that you do for me as well. New clouds, definitely in X-Plane. Yeah, volumetric clouds. And they only are getting better and better with time. So I'm quite pleased with them. By the way, once we reach 3,000, I don't think that we need to wait we need to go the entire length here to the vector. I think at some point we can just fly direct for our landing. As soon as our speed is good and our altitude is good, then we can simply, fly direct to the airport. All right. What I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to bring the prop back to 900. All right. And maybe we'll bring it to max right before we land. And if we look here, so that's the actual last point is Penvo, and then it's the vectors. All right. So we'll leave it for now. But it looks like we're going to be at 3,000, and our speed is going to be good. And we can simply just turn towards the airport right after Penvu. So yeah, we're looking good. Excellent. And in preparation for landing, we are going to turn on the standby hydraulic and the PTU control system. The fuel auxiliary fuel pumps can go on as well. And everything else looks good to me. All right, perfect. We're almost at 3,000 feet now. Speed is good. Altitude is good. We're continuing to descend at 500 feet per minute. Let's see if the replay has been fixed, because there was an issue with the replay. Alright, one thing we do need is, if we go to Navigraph, we need the final approach course, which is 075 degrees, right? 075. Alright, so we're going to set the heading to 075. Alright, that's 075. Perfect. And we are now at 3,000 feet. And what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to fly direct. Let's take a look here. So from, there's about 4 nautical miles. So what I'm going to do is, now we'll wait for, from Nevo. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to vectors and delete that. Then go to previous. Alright, and now we can see that after this waypoint we're going to fly direct over there. We actually don't need this one here, so I'm going to delete that one as well. Alright, perfect. So now we are looking good. I just don't feel that we need to do the entire vector leg, which is about 30 nautical miles. Again, you can see the stuttering now. It's getting really worse. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove SimToolkit Pro. All right. I think the stuttering is still there, though. Yeah, it looks like it's subsided now. Perfect. Okay. So it takes time for it to, I guess, disconnect. But yeah, now it's much better. Much smoother experience. FPS is, gee, I don't know. What are we getting in terms of FPS? We are getting 45, 43 FPS. Something like that. Alright, so the flaps is going to be flaps full today, and we are fully configured. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as we begin the turn, we're going to switch to heading mode, and we're going to set the course to 075 degrees. Alright, here's the turn towards the runway. I guess with the turn you get those stutters sometimes. Yeah, I'm not sure why those stutters are there, and I only get them with the Dash 8. So it must be something with the aircraft itself, and it happens more when it's you know, when it's turning for some reason. All right. Alright, so at this point what we're going to do is we are going to disconnect the, or actually here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to FMS nav source. Nav source. There we go. Not VR2. Alright, let's set the course. to
Terrain.
actually let's keep it on FMS, but we are going to go to heading mode. Where's heading? All right. And let's go ahead and engage the approach. All right, here we go. All right, that's the airport ahead of us now. And we're just going to line coming straight. Speed check. All right, here we go. And let's see here. That's the airport to our right now. And we're flying on a heading of 034 degrees. And we can now begin the turn towards the airport. Come on. All right, here we go. That's the airport. Let's disconnect the autopilot and hand fly the aircraft. Right, landing gears coming down. Speed check. All right, we have the let's reduce our speed. We have the runway in sight. We're a bit too high. All right, here we go. Here's our speed. We're looking okay. Speed check. And flaps full. Definitely some crosswind there.
Terrain.
Very strong winds here as we come into land. It's complaining about the GPWS system is complaining.
Terrain. 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh, wow. That was a very hard landing. I think we broke the landing gear there. I'm not sure what happened there with the aliasing. Just really kind of troubled me. Everything seems jagged here. Not sure literally what's going on, but yeah. We definitely broke the landing gear there. As an Inbuilt partner Q8, can you say if they are bringing across the A300, 600, and A310? They are bringing the A300 to explain 12, but I have no word on the other aircraft, so I don't know. Alright, we'll retract the flaps. And we can exit right here. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to exit and bring the aircraft to a complete stop right over there. And then we'll take a replay at the landing. It looks like there is a stuttering inside the aircraft only. And that's something I think FlyJSim has to probably work on. Alright, we'll take this to red. And that's cool. Okay. Alright, we'll just bring the aircraft to a stop somewhere here. I'm not sure if you guys are noticing this, the pauses. And I'm not sure what's up with the aliasing there. But it looks really bad in this beta. In this RC4, it's worse than it was, I must say. Alright, let's bring it here. And parking brake is set. Alright. And of course, the landing wasn't a very good landing. Woke up the passengers, definitely. I think we gave them a scare there. But sometimes by the way, we can check the... oh, I turned off... ah, come on. I forgot. I turned off SIM Toolkit Pro. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and do a replay. So flight... no, that's not what I wanted to do. Resume flight. Flight toggle replay mode. Okay. And hopefully it won't crash. It looks like it's alright. Okay, here we go. Alright. And let's switch to the outside. And take a look at this beautiful Dash 8. There we go. And yeah, definitely we came in very, very hard there. What do you guys think? What do you think the FPM was here? Just look at how beautiful this aircraft is. Alright, let's try it one more time. Toggle replay mode. And we're gonna go right here. Okay. Look at this view, guys. What a sensational view of the Dash 8 Q400 by FlyJSim. Wasn't as hard as it looked from the cockpit view. That is correct, Scott, and the reason being is XP realistic. That's actually pretty cool. That is a really cool looking sight. Why do I keep going up here? Alright, let's do that one more time. All right, here we go. Just look at the details of the landing gear there. I love this livery. Hello, Mike Plains. Welcome aboard, my friend. The sandpack is brilliant on this aircraft, and this was again done by Daniela, the same lady that has worked on the Laminar soundscape in X-Plane 12. Right, here we go. Beautiful. I love the Q4XP. Alrighty. Well, folks, this is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this live stream. And again, we've done this stream based on popular vote from the channel subscribers. I want to thank you very much, guys, for being here this evening. Thank you very much, Rand. I appreciate it, my friend. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I want to welcome all the new members to the VVIP membership. I want to thank all of the existing members for your continued support. My heartfelt thank you to all the moderators, and especially to Carl and Rand, who've been very, very punctual, being on all the streams and doing everything they can to keep the chat in check. So thank you very much, and thank you for everyone else, Scott, Andy. Thank you all for the wonderful, wonderful time and the really making my experience worthwhile here on YouTube. I'm going to be streaming, of course, folks, on the 17th of December. It's going to be a fundraising stream for the FlyJSim project. Again, just for a quick reminder on that, it is a project that helps the disabled in the flight sim community realize their dreams of enjoying flight simulation, the hobby that we all adore. So please be sure to tune in and spread the word on the 17th of December. I will also be doing streams possibly on Thursday and Friday. So I'm probably going to do 3-4 streams in a row. But there's also a review video of a recently released aircraft for X-Plane 12, which I'm going to do, and I'm trying to also fulfill the request for the Gulfstream review alongside the other aircraft that I'm going to do, which I'm going to leave as a surprise for you guys. But yeah, some content to look for. Once again, thank you so very much for being here this evening. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye for now.